Welcome everybody to the two-man power trip, the black man starting nerd lifestyle. I'm Nicholas, Mr. Go with the Flow.
And I'm the man with the plan, Maurice.
And we're back with another edition of the Blerd By Nature Podcast. What's up, co-host?
What's good, bro?
What's goody in the hoodie? What's poppin'?
Man.
It's a lot to cover with Vibe Guys, because I think the way I'm looking at it, we gonna go all the way back to Brooklyn Comic Con to talk about.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
that's the last time we probably had a discussion on this.
Yeah, like a weekend and all that stuff. So, like you said, we back. Vibe Guys going straight into it. So we can touch base on a couple of events that we've had since last recordings. So we can touch base starting probably with the weekend of Brooklyn Comic Con.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
All right. So overall, what's the thoughts? Because that was our climb back into the game since Anime NYC. It's pretty interesting weekend in general. But stepping back, what's your opinion on the whole weekend for Brooklyn Comic Con?
I liked it. I enjoyed myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, especially since this was your first going.
Save for the no wrestling ring.
True, they got to bring that shit back.
Yeah, I was like, that's what, like, what? You got all this good shit on the site.
That
like,
was that's. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, that's straight up false advertisement with that shit. I don't care if y'all was worried about some rain or something like that. Y'all got space. Y'all had down floors and everything and panel rooms and shit like that. Y'all should have definitely had like one of them panel rooms filled with like a wrestling ring or something. Wrestlers can make space, man.
Listen, if they can do it in a bingo hall, listen, y'all ain't got no excuse. Y'all had enough space in that warehouse.
Yeah, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like if y'all was doing the cancellation because of rain, what happened to the wrestlers y'all promised to get biddy? Like y'all was dead trying to pay some wrestlers to do something in that ring. Like they missed out on a paycheck, bro.
Right, for real.
Yeah, man, you gotta have that money spent on our brothers in arms and stuff like that. Shit, I mean, freaking shout outs first of all to happy birthday to Yardley. I mean, he could have pulled up and been a referee in it.
For real, happy birthday, Black.
Facts, Mr. Black, big respect. But nonetheless, I mean, like, yeah, they was missing that. And trust me, after my first going, because I went the first time they had Brooklyn Comic Con 2019, I'm telling you, it was an interesting thing going around that one space, and they had areas of all around. But that wrestling ring, that shit had people, like, whether they watch wrestling or not, it's a whole kind of weeb level, but they got people back in there wrestling, especially some live action. A lot of people haven't seen live wrestling, so that's cool.
Yeah, y'all got all the good stuff in 2019. That's what I was trying to get.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like the small region and stuff like that. They had the nice supplies. The food venues was popping outside. They had Jamaican food popping. They had all types of different vendors and stuff like that. I'm like, damn. That's why I low key missed the old spot, because even though it was like the first Brooklyn Comic Con, that shit they had the long ass line and everything. So that shit was kind of regular. Like they already had a call-in and shit like that. Like around 2019, they still had people coming and they didn't even know what to expect.
Yeah, so we had LineCon there, which was unfortunate.
Definitely.
And then
honestly, it is what it is. I kind of accept, like, a lot of people is complaining about, this organization and stuff like that. But honestly, if you went at a certain time, you was kind of sliding on by because we was there at like an early state of movement and stuff like that. It was like people are coming in, people are coming out, but it wasn't like nothing crazy. Like security was working their stuff. People, it's like you got in, you kind of saw everything within like the hour. It's like
you really did.
I mean, it's like right there. You spun the block like about 5 different times, going up and down, like, and then if you go all the way up, you'll find a whole other brunch spot that like we did when we went all the way to the roof.
We sure did, right?
Like I'm like, I really didn't feel like I missed out on nothing, like the way how Anime NYC, because they had like different panels set up at like different times and shit like that, and this one was kind of more like a free-for-all. Like it's not like somebody gave you a pamphlet that said this was happening, this and that and this and that. Like we didn't find out Patty and the Black Ramen Crew had something until like the next day, the morning of.
Yeah, man, I was like, ugh.
That's what I'm saying. Like I when I was ready to pull up, I was like, oh, oh, y'all having it now? Shit, I ain't even get dressed yet.
Right? I was like, what you mean?
Fact, man. But no, overall the shit was fun. They had the cosplay promenade, so that's where we saw Jack strut his stuff.
Yeah.
So shout outs to bad guy Jack. He was out here barrel rolling and shit at Cyclops. It was cool. It was good shit.
Right.
Good shit. Put on our side cosplay. Co-host was Zenitsu out here in the combo fit. I had to pull up in my Sam Wilson workout Captain America thing. Shout outs to that dude that had the Etsy Captain American shield. That shit felt nice.
Yeah, that thing was nice.
I'm about to give me a shield. That shit fire. Shout outs to old boy that was bringing his turtle around, the baby turtle that was just
nice.
Man, that baby turtle was cute, and not only that, homie like little youngins was having fun, man. I'm telling you, that shit was cute. Shout outs to the Captain Kenya over there in the other room chilling. But like everybody that picked the turtle was having fun up in the air. Like everybody was carrying it. Like you trying to eat people's arts and shit like that. Like the
turtle was living his best life.
Facts, and homie going around to different conventions bringing the turtle around. So that's big shout outs to that. And let your pets enjoy their fun anime life.
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Yeah. Overall, it was a nice con to get back into the mix of things. If you in the local area and you don't feel like traveling out, because there's many cons, different places. I think BlerdCon about to happen like pretty soon. So it's like
Probably.
Washington here, this and that. It's a lot. It's a lot. So if you want the area, if you want the Brooklyn, like that's definitely a wave to go. I just hope they bring back like some of the old stuff that makes it unique, because not a lot of conventions have wrestling in the background or something like that. Like it was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice that whoever like created it considered it, and it was like a top priority. So definitely bring that back for people interested for sure.
Yes, bring that back. I want to see Con and show.
Yeah, I put that shit in the survey. I'm like, yo, that shit was Gucci. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
And then after that, we had some food adventures.
Yeah.
I don't remember what we did.
Oh yeah, no, that's Saturday. We went out. We had food adventures. Went to karaoke.
Right.
Yeah, it was a good time. We was enjoying that. When we was in Claudaddy, and we was going back, we had our fun with the bartender and shit like that. She was hitting us with jokes and shit like that, and the information. Yeah, she was cool peoples. She was definitely cool peoples. Nah, that shit was good. And then like likewise on the second day. So the second day we came back, that was the Captain Kenya's first convention experience at all. And she was cosplaying Minnie as Bubbles. So she had the Bubbles fits and stuff like that. So she went around. I told her beforehand that she was going to enjoy and she was going to see around it and see items that she liked, and that was the nice stuff. So she got to get the experience of shopping at that con and stuff like that, which was real cool. We got to pass by and give shout outs to Phil Lamar. That shit was cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then overall we enjoyed our time. We had a good time in the Brooklyn Comic Con. And then after that, we went to redo shit again. And we went out to get some eats and stuff.
Mm-hmm. That was fun.
It was a good weekend.
Fun. Yes, it was. It was a great weekend.
That was definitely a good weekend. That shift back into. So how was your work week? Like after Brooklyn Comic Con, I know shit been up and down with work.
So that was the week I think my coworker had. And that was last week. And the week before, yeah. So my coworker's been out a couple times this week. So, but they were launching some things this month, and they ain't go right, and it's just been headache after headache after headache. I'm over it.
Facts.
I'm like, oh, what now?
That sounds like it. That sounds like the big stress of the bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, what now?
Shit. I mean, on my end, the switching of my supervisors have gotten shit into a tizzy. So I'm doing like streamlining work and stuff like that on my end, back to my authorizations and stuff like that. But I'm also like training new heads to like cover me when I'm out and stuff like that. But beside that, that's just my new supervisor, who was my old supervisor, is very like anal retentive about shit. So she's like calling nonstop and stuff like that, which is just as bad as me me going like out back and forth with going back into the booth and registration and stuff like that, which I still help if they definitely like super need it or stuff like that, or call me asking about X, Y, and Z. But like that's just. That's been a whole other mess with a whole other situation, and then both supervisors like get into some petty squabbles and shit like that where I be caught in the middle. It's very weird at this point.
Yeah, I can imagine that new supervisor stuff gotta be weird.
Yeah, it's definitely it's been weird straight up because nobody officially emailed me to tell me shit was shift. I just came in one day and it was just like, yeah, you just with her now. I'm like, so why did I get taken off the team? Like I'm lost.
Yeah, that was good.
Exactly. That shit was odd, but it's been odd, especially like going along with the new side of rules when you see your old team like chilling and shit like that. It's big weird.
Yeah, that has to be weird.
Yeah, especially when like low-key sometimes now that like the team's been divided, sometimes I gotta be left out of certain stuff, so it's extra weird because I'm still at the same spot, so I'm still in the area.
Okay. Yeah, because I've dealt with that to a degree before, and it's like
strange shit. Yep.
So speaking of that, did Grandma ever come back?
Well, I'm not in the booth no more, so I don't even know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't be like, yo. The second I left the booth, they started upgrading shit. They got like a new TV system that tells when people needs to go to which window and shit like that, and they hold the line and shit like that, and they got flashing lights and everything. I was like, oh, all right. I see how it is.
Right. You know,
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Exactly.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? They got button systems and shit like that. Like the robot tells you, oh, yo, you could go to window 3 and shit like that. I'm like, oh, okay.
I got all this after I left the booth.
Yeah.
I see how it is.
I was like, shit. If Grandma tussling with somebody new or one of y'all out there, but it ain't gonna be me. Shit, what would you hurry with that?
Right? Oh man, you got grandma ladies that want to fight. Yo.
Yeah. They still out there in the booth, but I mean, I'm in my desk, so if y'all looking for other niggas, they around, but it ain't me. I got my shit locked.
That's what's up.
Facts. So shifting forward on that, it was also that Thursday, the Thursday of last week, it was in between my niece's graduation. So I was taking a mental health day just in general, so I called out on all of that, and it worked out great for my niece's graduation. Me and mom pulled up for that, gave Kimmy all her gifts and stuff like that. Yay. and then later that night we came collected. Facts. And then we came collected to MLW Battle Riot.
Yes, we did. That was a good show.
That was a good show. My first live MLW experience. That shit was fun, man. This
was your first one?
Yeah, this is my first MLW.
Oh shit! I did not know that.
Yeah, bro. I was never. Remember, I never popped out to any one of them before. I told you, last Battle Riot was my like culmination of a fan experience coming into MLW.
Wow. Okay, so I didn't know this was your first live show.
MLW
show though. Oh.
Yeah, I've been like since the last year come up. I've been following MLW like strongly. Gotcha. Like that's why I knew like TV rights and stuff like that by like where they got to at that point. So like where they was ahead and stuff like that. That's why I was shocked. I was like, oh, we getting the championship match now. I didn't know how far out from the TV taping recording that they was doing that. That they was doing like Clash of the Coliseum and shit like that. So I didn't know like left, right, and center of a whole bunch of shit that was going down. Yeah. But like now that the episodes are starting to get closer, I'm starting to see the pieces all fold together. But like the Battle Riot and shit like that, everything in general, the big show that they was giving us from like 7:30 all the way to 11 was popping.
Yeah, that's crazy because like I said, I didn't know it was your first MLW show. Yeah. So this is possibly my third.
See?
So
look at that. Flip reverse off the Brooklyn Comic-Con thing right there.
Yeah, so the first when I went there, Contra Union was just becoming a thing.
Yeah, and I'm all in after seeing Jacob return back to the family.
Time.
He back with the bloodline now.
Yeah, that's a lowest. I was like, oh, this is. Because I hadn't watched MLW for a little bit. So I'm like, oh. So all this stuff was fresh to me. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacob got a squad now?
That's what I'm saying. And on top of that, I was just watching the episode before we started recording, and the first 10 minutes in, these niggas, yo, I wish they dropped this episode before we went out last week, because yo, the Samoan SWAT team, man, funny. Juicy is funny. The big chubby one, Juicy, yo, he mad funny. These niggas was selling off people's stuff from the whole roster. They had Nduka's chain, and they had Marco Man's mask and stuff like that. Like they was doing some Los Guerreros type shit. And I was like, oh, y'all niggas is funny. And they sound like they're from the block. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I like this a lot.
Listen, I'm just happy old Manter is back.
Yeah.
So that was my pop of the night.
I did not know. Like, I low-key kind of forgot that he kind of dipped out for a while. I thought he was still, like, in low-key, so I didn't know he was, like, returning full-time. That's why I sent you the news.
Yeah, I was like, because when he showed up, I was like, oh, because
I like tapped you and mentioned it like low key. That's why I thought he was like still a part of shit. So when he like showed up and returned, I thought that was like, oh, I thought he was just in the back cooking, waiting for the battle royale.
Yeah, because when he left was probably around the time I had stopped watching.
Shit.
And so I had been watching regularly since then. So all this was fresh to me, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is back. Let's go.
Damn, son, that's great. That's great. And then me watching about a year, because I saw exactly, like, I came in right when Hammerstone took the belt, so watching Jacobs like climb back up to that shit is really like a good enjoyable thing, because literally for like a whole year they've been putting my son through it.
Yeah, because last time I had watched, Jacob was the champion. So.
Exactly. So he just lost the belt. Contra was exploding. They had the war. They had the war battle type cage match and shit like that. Contra betrayed him. He was going through the Contra list all the way to get at Mads Kruger. Like, just mad shit. And that's been going on for like a whole year. So him getting his family back and working with that's been a hell of a story.
What the hell happened to Tom Lola?
He left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had a like he was. I'm not gonna lie. When I started, I wish I could have enjoyed Tom Lola more, because he gave me menace energy.
yes. He
gave me big menace energy for the short time that I was watching, and then they had like a farewell match for him, like low key, and then after that he went to New Japan Strong.
Ah, okay.
And then he took his talents there, and then recently I heard him and Fred Rosser, the former Darren Young, had like a bloodbath feud.
Yeah, I heard that Darren. Yeah. Fred Rosser is the new strong champion. So
yeah, which I mean, they said it was a bloody like Tom Lola was the first American New Japan Strong champion that they had there, and then like he was holding the belt for like a while, and now Fred just won the championship after like a bloody brawl and shit like that. So low-key, I gotta check the highlights of that too.
Definitely. So let's see, after MLW, that was that Thursday, so I guess we head to the weekend.
Yup. So what was my last weekend? Yeah, it was. I went to Smorgasbord, so I got to.
Okay. That was this past week. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Smorgasbord was nice. They brought in a couple new vendors and stuff like that. I was chilling by this one spot that this guy got, that he mixed in. He got like some different kinds of juices that's mixed up with alcohol. They're like good cocktail mixes and shit like that. But they got the bops in them shits, man. That shit tastes dumb good. I went there and he let you try like free samples and shit like that. So me and Kenya got like the first two. And then I walked away and then got a couple, like we kept eating like from a different spots, and then I kept trying like sips of the good shit so much that like I was finishing off one of the bottles. I ran back. I was like, yo, bro, I got to get another one. Shit was good, man. That heat was blazing, so every time we was out like into a tent that was out close by the sun, between that and me drinking, I was having the mean madness, yo. Woo. That shit, when we sat down by Mr. Dips to have like a burger or something like that, I was tweaking.
You was tweaking?
Mixing the heat and the liquor, yo, nah, bro. I was bugging.
You was tweaking.
I was definitely tweaking out there. Like the heat was getting to me. The heat was getting to me. Like after we had the stuff from Stone, because I started getting up. I had to walk around, pace around, and then I had to pop the stool out, and I sat down, and they had Kenya type peeved because I was sitting in one chair, then I got up, spun around, and then sat in another chair right beside the other chair. That's how you know the heat was bugging me.
It's like I'm over you. I'm over
Shit,
it.
bro. Like walking all the way around to like different spots. Like shit was something else. But we went around. We got ices. Like Saturday was pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. How was your weekend?
It was okay. I don't remember what the heck I did.
It's that heat, bro. It was outside was wild, and then Sunday after all the events of Saturday, me and Kenny was chilling in for Sunday.
Oh, that's right. This past week. Okay, no,
yeah, it was also forbidden door and shit.
Yeah, that's right. It was forbidden door, and I was planning on going to Legends, but I went and did something else. I was hanging out with friends. I didn't get out.
Yeah.
I didn't get home until like 2 a.m.
Shit.
So he's like drinking, just having fun.
Hey man.
Yeah,
that's what needed.
It was a good time. We went over to the Pride Parade for a little bit.
Hey.
Yeah, I was out there for a little bit and was just chilling.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And then, like I said, we got them to Monday, and
yep,
bullshit continued.
Yep. The work week is hitting its stride, but at least we all off Monday.
Yeah, I'm taking it. I think I'm taking the rest of that week.
I mean, shit. It sounded like you was going through the bully for the last 2 weeks, so you might as well.
So my coworker was she was out all last week.
Yeah,
she came back Friday.
It sounds like it's bounce back time. It's time to go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take me a couple days next. I'm taking the rest of the week next week.
Yeah, might as well. And we stepping into a new month, so might as well. Yeah. And then on my end, I'm still prepping up. Now that so last Saturday I got the tickets, so I'm ready to head out August.
Okay.
What was it? Last week the good brother Eli asked me to be the best man at the wedding, one of two for original OG homies and stuff like that. So coming in for at the end of August, me and Kay should be in Cali chilling, and then that wedding will be that weekend. That's the same weekend they dropping the Dragon Ball Super movie.
Oh, okay.
So it look like niggas
will
try. Niggas will find their way.
Oh yeah,
it's no doubt. Sadly, it's the same weekend, and the wedding is ironically at the exact same time as Jabba Slam 2. So I mean, important stuff. Yeah, exactly, important stuff. But nonetheless, I'm disappointed to miss the house party. Everybody style they updo and they fade for your boy in the 90s house party edition. I know that shit gonna be big lit. Everybody head out to that shit. Everybody coming through, I heard, regardless. So that's gonna be a good time. Catch me at like I said, the Jabba Slam 3, the new millennia. Okay. When everything is chrome in 2000s.
Oh no! Oh.
That's when they want everybody to be dressed up in Backstreet Boy / NSYNC fit, like Jericho Appreciation Society.
Oh my goodness!
Sheesh.
They was out here.
Facts. But you got anything else left to talk about with the Vibe guys?
Yeah. The last thing we did was go see Lightyear.
Yeah. That was enjoyable.
Yeah, good movie.
Yeah, overall, good stuff. Honestly, it was solid. It was better than reviews would have it. But I mean, a lot of people don't seem to be going to that movie right now. So
Buzz needed some of them Norman Osborn waves from the Spider-Man animated
series.
series.
Agreed in the stuff. And hashtag Socks is the best character. I bought you 5 minutes.
Yeah, like I give you 5 hashtag. I give you 5 minutes.
Facts. You finna find out about something.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Like I bought you 5 minutes.
But facts. Between that and me and the captain went to go see Black Phone on Tuesday. Black Phone was pretty good. It was an interesting take on it was more like less than like a traditional horror. They had like very few jump scares and stuff like that, but it's more of a good thriller.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, maneuvering. Shout outs to Ethan Hawke having his returning year between this and Moon Knight. He doing a good job.
Right. And the last thing about that's probably tomorrow.
Yeah. So we're gonna be seeing the good homies all around. Once again, we gotta collab again with VOE podcast for sure.
Yes.
We're gonna see the good brothers out there at the karaoke. Katie told me earlier she pulling up to the karaoke as well.
Yay!
So
yes.
So it's gonna be the whole team back in it again. Gang is back. I didn't put my name on no song list, so I'm just gonna be in the back, being the hype man.
So you're not gonna bamboozle me this time?
Nah, I can't. I'm not gonna leave you early like I did last time. That was on different situations. Y'all. A nigga had to go because that was his last. That was literally my last train home. So if I sticked around to go Power Rangers, I wouldn't go home.
I'm cracking up. I walked in here. I was like, "What you mean we doing this song?" I was like, "Alright, F it."
Because
like, what you mean you leave?
It all started with Patty starting a whole mess. So I'm happy that she could have taken over and tag team up because it all started with Patty. I walked in there with no violence in my heart, ready to sit down. I was early, and all you see is her standing over. She was like, "So you know you singing, right? What the fuck? What the fuck?" She was like, "I know who you niggas is. So what you about to put down?" And I was like, "Man, the nigga not even here, so I'm gonna put down Power Rangers for us." And that's how it all started because she was hyping it all up, and she was like, "I know you niggas love Power Rangers." I was like, "All right."
Oh, so that's how it went down.
That's how it went. She went over me, and I was like, "All right." So I put my name down for something. She was like, "You dead ass." But I was like, I didn't even know that was. I thought we had to put it in beforehand and shit like that. Both her and Derby was like, "I know y'all singing." I'm like, "What?"
So, folks, all I know is I walked in and I found out we were singing. I know what was going on about nothing.
Yup. It wasn't me calling an audible. It was me getting jumped at the audible.
And I was
like, oh, you early? Oh, you know what it is. I was like, what you mean? I just came here for fun.
Like I said, I was like, I bet.
Shit. That's why I was happy when I was leaving. I went straight to Patty, and I was like, so you taking over for me, right? Like, shit, I got to go.
Shit, I'm trying to get stranded.
I kept looking at the TV screen, and I was seeing names that I didn't. I was like, I know I put my name early on the list, so like, what's going on? And I even gave myself a couple more minutes. I was like, all right, come on, guys, what's going on? And then after I dipped, I saw a couple minutes later you was up on the post. I was like, all right, so y'all could have definitely, if y'all didn't take all them damn intermissions. Like, I could have been there. I could have been there before I drank the second drink.
Oh man,
shit. But yeah, it's gonna be good. I can stay longer now, and we can get ridiculous.
Are you sure, Carlos?
Yes, I'm sure. We can stay out a little longer, and then all the shenanigans could go down. I'm there to win some prizes and play some games with some ridiculous folks. Shit should be great. Shit should be funny. Right. Yeah, I know it's gonna be a good time. They got everybody in the mix. I think shit's gonna be better this time because
I think so.
they paid the money for Shonen Pub, so they actually looking forward to a party afterwards. Cause I heard they had to end that shit early and niggas was tight. They was like, "Where the party at?"
Right?
Yeah, so Patty and the gang, everybody coming through. I don't think Toasty gonna be there this time though. Yeah, I think since she moved and stuff like that, I think Frankie gonna be out and everybody popping out and stuff like that. So shit should be extremely funny. People gonna be dressed up in their cosplays and coming to sing and shit like that. I hope everybody come in with I think they gonna do only TV versions only because everybody was like having a long ass songs and hitting like 9-minute songs and shit like that.
Yeah, some of those songs was long.
Yeah, so unless you about to come in with the Samurai Champloo singing the second verse and shit like that, other than that, I think you Gucci. And I hope they play another round of hot takes because I want to hear people wilding up out the board again.
Oh man,
that shit gonna be funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so switching gears out of that, we leaving Vibe Guys and we going straight to Off the Cuff.
Off the cuff, okay.
Yeah. So this week's Off the Cuff, I had a little. I have two, but first one's kind of sub into it. The main one is the one I wanted to talk about. What's your thoughts on retro video games refurbished? So there's been like this has been a thing for a while now, but like the Switch has been A1 with this little refurbished idea or skills or stuff like that. Like just recently, we're gonna talk about this in full later on with when we talk about reboot news. But the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game, it was something that we kept our eyes on for a while now, and they was tweaking and working, and they didn't give us no date for like a good minute, but they kept promising it was gonna drop during the summer where everybody could get lit with the shit, and we watched that shit from the ground up, work on everything to make it a fresh reimagining of the arcade version and everything, and they came through with a hitter. So they doing that. They dropped that a couple weeks back now. They're working on the Switch version of Mega Man Battle Networks that's dropping. They had a Mega Man collections for all the X series come all the way up into the Switch version and stuff like that. And we talked about this earlier, but they switched over. They added Portal 1 and Portal 2 to the Switch.
Which I can't.
How your feelings towards retro video games being refurbished on new systems? How you feel about that from money wise and a business strategy and overall gameplay and like running back like a past game and stuff like that on new systems or just new gens and stuff?
I would say it depends on what device you're talking about. For me, that strategy is perfectly suited for the Switch.
I agree,
because you can take it with you.
Exactly.
The portability of the Switch makes that proposition compelling.
Bro, like, I can't tell you enough with the Mega Man X series when they put that shit in a two bundle copy thing on the Switch. It was a different kind of experience that I've ever had playing Mega Man on the go, because those kind of games was like platform systems where I sat down in the living room taking that shit on the plane, playing that shit through levels and stuff like that. That shit hit different.
Exactly. It's gonna be fun playing Portal on the go.
Yeah, the moment you brought that shit up, I knew you was about to be in a different level.
Yeah, so it's stuff like that, like the retro older games. Yeah, the fact making them portable and the fact that they can run like they're supposed to, that's what makes that compelling. The fact that I can just take a console quality game with me.
Yes.
And play that.
Now, how do you feel about on different systems like the regular portable, like the regular at-home consoles where they refurbish games and stuff like that?
See, if we're talking about remastering and things like that, I'm not too much of a fan of it on the traditional consoles. Only because I'm just saying, let me play the game. I already have the game. Let me play my game. Yeah. So I can see what you're, because basically on the console, all you're doing is you're maybe up-resing and cleaning it up a little bit.
Yeah, because I feel like there's like two levels to this stuff. There's refurbished that they put out from like different generations of games that they've cleaned up into like an HD sense of it, and they just put it out for like a lower price, but they're still getting their money's worth on people that like, besides people who like emulate for shit on the computer and stuff like that. They're getting people to play it on a system. Argued against like something like that latest Crash Bandicoot game that they dropped, where they remastered everything over, but like in a whole different animation style. Things have changed up. They've added like a different hardness to the levels, even like harder than you'd remember from before, but it was still remastered to a point that it gives like a complete different feel, even though it was like retreading of the same first system.
Yeah, so if you're doing I would say a remake versus a remaster. If you're doing a remake, like for example the Final Fantasy VII thing, then that's fine. That's fine. If you're doing a remaster, where it's gonna depend on what you're doing with it. If you're just, like I said, if you're just up in the graphics, then no. Get on PC and I can do that myself.
That's why the whole emulator business got popping, because they knew these companies was going to try and backhand you with all the brought back and stuff like that.
What kills me, it's not even a retro game. It's a game that came out on the previous gen console. I'm like, no, we're not gonna do that. No.
Yeah, I mean that's how when they discontinue all these systems and stuff like that, this is how they gonna re-up their money.
And I'm like, I don't like that at all. Like I said, that goes back to ties into the whole digital thing too, where I do it on my Switch. I do it literally on my consoles.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you that says that it hits less of a problem when it's definitely on Switch, because it is like a lot of these games was like sit at home, you gotta stay by, but it's like this one you carry with you and you can go places shit like that, so that's fire.
Yeah, the fact you gotta carry it makes the digital a little more
I always feel better with the shit that, like, when you got a situation where you can bring it on a plane or something like that, that shit really good.
Yeah, so when you can't, like I said, because it's portable when you're carrying it around, digital makes more sense. It makes it a little easier.
Exactly.
My console ain't really going nowhere.
Exactly.
It's staying in the entertainment center or on the shelf or in the dresser or wherever it happens to be.
That's why, regardless, I will always say I have my most time playing any kind of games on the Switch.
Yeah, you Switch heavy.
Oh, facts. Because I mean, I'm on the train. I'm always on the go, so it really helps me out with that. When it's on the PS5 or something like that, I have to like devote time heavy.
Well, that's because you traveling from West Bumblefuck. It
Exactly.
takes hours. My commute's too short for me to really get any game time on my Switch.
Nah. Between that and my just travel in general, yeah, that shit always works out. I mean, it's definitely gonna work out when I'm about to be on this plane though.
Oh, definitely.
That 6 hour always flow by with that shit.
6 hours?
Yeah, to go to Cali.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
That shit is 6 hours.
It's 6 hours? Really?
Mhm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. I'm used to that because I've been to Cali about like 9 times. So yeah, that's 6 hour travel. Been there for family and different events from church, and then multiple times to go see brother man. So
okay.
Yep.
Wow.
And that time difference always smack you in the head. I swear.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep. So my second off the cuff is just a small thing. Shout outs to Sophia, aka Big Homie from after introducing us. Shout outs to Jack. He was his friend from Brooklyn Comic Con that he brought.
Yo, shout out to Sophie because we've been talking all week. And shout out to Sophie.
Oh, fact. She's super dope. She's definitely supporting of the pod, and she's super dope. But like we was talking, and she was talking about Caribbean representation in shows, which I am a big proponent for all the time. Like it's definitely me for the culture, but I'm always hyped every time. Like I've talked about this before on like other shows and stuff like that. But like every time I see any kind of Caribbean representation in any kind of like media, especially like black media getting like screen time or something like that, I get dumb hyped. So like still to this day, whoever's idea was it, and we're gonna review this show one day, but the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, to this day, whoever sat down and said, yo, let's have a Jamaican Grim Reaper, like it's still chef's kiss. Like all the representation of Grim Reaper possible, and the funniest shit you got out here is making him Caribbean and making his lifestyle extra Caribbean is just hilarious.
Yo, for real. Yeah, yo, I just heard his voice in my head and I'm cracking
exactly.
up.
Like it's like it's to a point that's just great. It adds something to it, and you just love to see it. Just like I think the latest, the most recent and latest thing I seen was that one wise man in the series of Castlevania. That like the moment I heard his accent, I was like, oh yeah, we big popping. Like I'm trying to see more Jamaican stuff in just random anime and shit like that. Like I big pop for that. So just a side note, just we all like to be represented and seen in a lot of media and stuff like that. And that shit always hits especially different. Like you could be black and something else, and that shit flows so well when you see it all come together.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
So big bless on that. All right, so switching gears into reboot news. So I'm gonna ask the top question that I ask all the time, and this is gonna be asked until you finally see it. But have you seen the Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie yet?
That's a no from me, dog.
All right, dog. We'll be back with it again when we hit reboot news again. Right,
I'm gonna try to watch it this coming week. I promise you.
All right, man. Well, I'm telling you, that shit's a cavalcade reboot news and classic cartoons and everything. So when you do, we definitely gonna have a discussion on that for sure.
Definitely, we definitely will.
All right, shifting into our game review mode, because this is definitely gonna go on the Twitch when we start. Like I always say famously with this game now, we gonna Kurt Angle toss these hoes, these Foot Clan bitches. We just gonna continue like drop them on their heads and toss them out. But all right, so we're gonna talk about the new TMNT Shredder's Revenge game that just dropped worldwide about two Thursdays ago. We got a little game session in the first night. We tag teamed and flipped out on the story mode and stuff like that.
Let me tell you about that night, because that night was so funny. Yeah, we would try to play that night. I literally went to a McDonald's, sat down.
Oh, okay. You
pulled out my hot spot.
Okay, that's what happened.
So we could play.
I was wondering what the hell was going on with that.
It was funny because I think it was just so many people trying it that I would kick that, and then we kick I would kick that.
Oh, facts.
And then you would try to set up the session, if for whatever reason it wouldn't work. Then I finally set up the session, and it finally worked, and we got a good couple rounds in.
Yo, trying to get the feeling, trying to get the understanding of what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
But when we got in there, got busy with the actions. That shit was great. Yep. I'm telling you, sometimes it sounds like sometimes you definitely need a tag team partner in there because these niggas find ways to jump you.
Yeah, they was definitely coming with the BS.
Oh, facts, man. But shout outs to that game because, man, the classic feels is there. Throwbacks all the way to the nice arcade style, everything animation, the nice little story they got going on, the villains and stuff like that, the music, and I'm gonna be one right now, and I know he was on the Complex Unsanctioned podcast and stuff like that they was recording, and I got my situations with Mega Ran, but like legit, I give him big props for the ending themes that he put on Shredder. Like I had beat the game, and that final theme that they put together. First of all, they put Wu-Tang in this shit. They put extra black excellence in this shit. Like they was on their P's and Q's with this one, but they came together pretty strong.
The old Ninja Turtle heads, listen.
They are.
We out here.
Yeah, the shit was a grown ass series. Come well, they worked very hard on this game, and they reaped the benefits and the rewards because everything came together, and the arcade and stuff so fluid and so fun and shit like that. Every time I hop back into it with a different character, it's like it's no problem. Like I enjoy every time I go through. Like after you beat the game, the replayability is just fun. It's like anytime you could just pop that shit back in. Just like every time you go to an arcade and you pop in another quarter to play the same damn game, it's fun to hop back into this shit.
Flashbacks are good times.
Exactly. And then you could just a 6-player co-op online multiplayer, like that's straight madness. Like you just dead jumping niggas at that point. Like no matter what level you on, you got 6 people jumping you at once. Like they just trying to. At this point, you're not worried about no losing. You just out here trying to see who out there racking the most points.
For real.
Because one person can handle a whole bunch of people on Gnarly, but you got 6 hitters? Oh, nah, they going to take out every Foot Clan known demand.
Yep, for real.
Facts.
Yeah, I like the game. The game was fun.
6 finishes hit out at once. Oh, yeah, definitely. Big. It was definitely worth all the wait and all the work. Like that's definitely what we was talking about when we say like games that are worth the wait after a long while of waiting for stuff.
Listen, like I said, that's gonna be fun. We gotta figure out our next play session.
Oh, facts. I'm ready whenever because I'm always back at this shit and freaking Casey, Broly, all that shit. Like everybody a trip. Everybody a trip in that shit. Yeah, so we give that game a big thumbs up, and that's gonna be on the Twitch roster for sure. So shifting into the last bit of reboot news I got. So I sent you the message earlier, but it looked like CW is going through its working title changes now. The name's about to flip up.
I saw and I was like.
Yeah, they got the Next Star deal fighting for the control of CW. So it looked like the channel might be changing over. The name might be Next Star going ahead.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I told you everything seemed about sus with their movements, and now everything is looking like it's onto a straight path to change everything.
I just hope they come with some better content and they don't turn them into my network TV because that's a horrible channel. Man,
I need them to figure out what they want to do with their next formula of changing shit up and hopefully changing shit up for the better. They don't have to be known for like the weird teen drama sitcoms and shit like that. Like maybe they can put on actual serious content and build their name back for like a year or something like that. But they need to come with something different. No, I think with next year's culmination of the final season and stuff like that, they're emptying out the clip on what's left pretty much.
Yeah, leave you know what buried in the ground too.
2023, 2024, it looked like they might bury the last bits of whatever they got. We still haven't heard any further news about he who should not be spoken into the ground. So we'll see how that fares with the burial of everything else.
But I will take a little side detour. Speaking of things that should be put in the ground, this Caillou reboot. Why?
Oh shit. Oh yeah.
Why?
Oh damn. Thank you, because I didn't even remember nothing about it. I saw that fugly ugly whatever animation they was doing. First of all, when did I don't remember when they completely finished Caillou in general, so I don't even know where the hell this reboot came from.
I don't know, man. I was like, who asked for this? Nobody. Where did this come from?
Old boy and his family look like Roly Poly Oly.
Exactly.
I was so confused. I don't know what's going on. I hope they don't do the same bullshit with Arthur, even though they spent so long finishing out and doing like future references and stuff like that. So I don't know. Like they shot themselves in the foot. So no reboot for Arthur, hopefully.
Please let's not do that at all.
Shit's a mess.
Listen, yeah, Caillou, that thing should never see the light of day again.
Everybody's talking about that mess. I don't think anybody's for it. I don't think the kids. I don't think nobody for it. So I don't know why they decided on that.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, so yeah, put that in with the things that need to be slipping with the fishes.
Yep, that down there with you know what.
Facts. All right, so shifting on to the main stuff, it's time for the main event. The main event segment of this week, we about to go third segment. Been a while, but we about to take another shot of Kurosake anime review this week. We about to hit that Vinland Saga. You can check that shit out on Amazon Prime right now. And we go review episode 1 and 2. So let me kick into the fast facts in history. Alright, so fast facts in history, a little bit something on Vinland Saga. So the manga dropped of April 2005 and it's ongoing to now. The anime started July of 2019 and currently going on to now. The new season is supposed to be coming out next year with under Mappa Studio Productions. It's a 24 episode, 1 season so far. It's another anime that went from Witch Studios to Mappa, just like Attack on Titan. So that'll be definitely within its name rights and stuff like that. People recently have seen the movie that came out on theaters and now on Peacock called The Northman. That movie, the people who've seen that movie have compared the story kind of low-key with Vinland Saga so far in their first season. So if you've seen Vinland Saga and you watch The Northman, it can be like close side-by-side comparison in that. This is a shonen / seinen series, so it gets a lot. You're gonna get your battles and you're gonna get your very dark moments. It went from a weekly adaptation to in the manga series. So they was getting chapters weekly, and then it switched over to a monthly magazine. So they had to chill and slow down with their production because a lot of stuff was going on. Like I said before, it was licensed by Amazon Prime Videos. This is basically a defining Japanese historical series on the Viking lifestyle. This is a historical epic adventure. This is a tale of adventure that takes a shift turn as this child is changed forever due to traumatic events in the life of Vikings. So we're gonna step into episode 1, titled "Somewhere Not Here."
Do the Viking Raiders make an appearance?
Shit, this is probably how they got their lifestyle. I'm pretty sure if either of them is into anime, someone brought this to their attention like forthwith, because this is definitely on they shit. Like if somebody studied Vikings, the creator of this like detailed and studied into history pretty well, because they got their details straight to the point.
So the episode starts with our introduction to Thor. He's waking up in a field.
Yep.
And he's surrounded by trees and grass and shit.
Yeah, it looks like a peaceful environment.
Yeah, and then, so he's greeted. He sees in the distance, and his wife, wife Helga, who he's angel to, she's greeting him, and with Helga, she has their child, Yiva. So I'm probably butchering the name.
Yeah, trust me, that one I had to go back and forth with the name on that one. Just like I wasn't even just gonna look back and look at, like, I just kept hearing the name and I kept changing every time I heard it further, because it just sounded like 3 different things.
So now at this point, Thor gets up, he goes to walk to meet her, and what he sees around, he's like, he see a whole bunch of bodies around him. He was like, oh shit,
waking on that battlefield full of dead bodies and blood and pieces.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck is going on here?
And niggas was lunging straight at him too.
Son, they was coming for him.
Yup.
So
but they wasn't ready. All we came out that transfer was like, oh, we picking violence. All right, copy.
All right. So then at this during this madness, we get our introduced Thorkel.
Thorkel for sure.
Yeah.
Wild boy.
Yep. And so it's a whole lot of fighting and sword slashing going on, and I'm like, how we get from the field to this wild action on this boat?
Hey, my son needed peace on the brain, and then he picked the wrong time for peace on the brain. But when he came back into it, he was not playing because we got this one guy. Even though like they had tag team with that shit, like Thor's was handing out the work. He was splitting a whole bunch of them up.
Yep. I'm like, y'all looking for the One Piece too?
Shit, they on the boat trying to find something. Thorkel pulled out his axe and cleared the field. He took one swipe and took out like 10 niggas.
Yeah, Thor was out here being a whole goon.
Facts. And they specifically told us, I think, that the year is 987. So we're in that timeline and shit going down. These two back to back like a Fox show coming out in September, like fucking slaughtering everybody.
Yeah, well, like I said, at this point they're getting attacked. They're getting shot at with arrows and all kinds of other.
Yeah, blocking everything except for that one arrow that caught Thor, but he ain't even flinch.
Yep, he's like, nah, son. He's like, nah, I eat those. I eat those.
Thorkel mentioned that they waiting for some dude named Floki, who's probably their captain or something.
Yep, and so he's like, where Floki at? Like, nah, son.
Yo, son, Thor was ridiculous because he hopped up on that one boat and mowed them suckers down. He said, I ain't waiting for nothing. He hopped on that boat and cleared the field.
Yep, Thor's like, y'all got me fucked up.
Facts. All you saw was his hailing, and the hail was covered in blood and ice. Shit was crazy.
Listen, son out here fighting underwater, stabbing
people underwater. When he
son.
dragged that one dude underground and they was trying to drown and he stabbed them up, like, damn, son, he ain't worried about nothing.
I was like, well, damn. Well, damn.
But he took that maneuver. The moment homie took him down to the water and he stabbed him up, he was like, shit, this is my chance. He dropped his sword straight to the ground, made it look like he was going, and he just swam away. He was like, nah, I'm good. I'm done with this. That peaceful thing was an omen towards him. He was like, you know what? I don't choose no more violence. I'm good.
He's like, I don't want to be about this life no more.
Facts. He literally threw away his sword and swam to shore, and right there, that's when we get our title image pop up.
Yep. He's like, I'm out.
Yep. And now I want to get your opinion on the opening.
Oh, I love it. It's a bop.
Yo, son, this is one of the classic bangers that they now start to play in the anime clubs and stuff like that. Like, bro, the imagery, and I love the fact that when you watch it early on, they slow down the images so you can get like a good feel on it. Because later on down the line, they're gonna speed rush through that shit while the music actually turns up and everything. But like this one was a complete banger. Full fire flame for me. Straight up. So
Yoga flames.
Yeah, that's big Yoga flame. So definitely big on the opening. And then when we step in, we see oh boy. We go straight into the story and we get our introduction.
Hold on, listen to the theme.
Oh, all right.
All right, you go ahead.
All right. I was like, are we going back into classic time? Are we saying fuck the rules? Are we trying to get canceled?
Oh no, listen, we not trying to get the copyright strikes.
We trying to get attacked by which studio or Mappa?
Yeah, we not trying to go back. You know, we gotta clean up all the stuff from prior stuff.
Facts. So that shit's still in the vault. That shit will be cleaned up eventually.
So, yes.
But yeah, we get introduction to Thorfinn. He in the water. He getting out the water and he heading home.
Yeah. Oh, punky ass Thorfinn. And I'm like, man, listen.
First introduction we see him and then he helping out his sister. And yo, I was dying because in the first episode, this is how you show how like detailed which studio was in their bag showing the animation of this stuff because everything looked crystal clear and detailed as fuck. Can we talk about how he was milking the cow and that was the most detail I've ever seen out of a cow milking an anime ever?
Yeah, no, you're right.
My son milked the cow and I was like, this detail way too wild.
Nah, like all that detail was good.
Shit was crazy. My son was walking around with the milk and shit like that, bringing that shit back home. He was mesmerized by the freedom of the bird flying out, and that was an omen for things to come in Thorfinn's mind as well, because that bird looked like he was representing freedom for his ass.
Yeah, that bird flew by and
he was like,
He's like, ooh, I want to fly like that.
Right. So we shift over to the kids, and they're being told a story of expansion and how the people discovered a new continent, a fresh land of Finland. And this was spoke by. Now I got this detail. I was like, is this because he said his name? This is Leif Erikson. And if I remember anything about Leif Erikson, the first thing that always pops to mind is SpongeBob. Because they had that one Viking episode where they kept talking about Happy Leif Erikson Day.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is the known warrior of Leif Erikson, who actually is a true Viking, like, throughout history, that was a person that, like, conquered the land and stuff like that. So shout outs to SpongeBob giving us that early, like, education on Vikings low key, because it always sounded like a made up name, but that was actually a real person throughout history.
Oh, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, so him telling the tales of shit like that. The moment he said his name, I was like, oh, so you that guy.
Yo, run that Krabby Patty.
Facts, nigga. Shit.
Wow.
He got his. When he was telling these stories to these kids was violating him. Little did they know he was gonna have his famous day in the sunrise. So don't worry about it. They gonna know about me. He said they gonna know about me.
Yep, and they were talking about how everything was Gucci.
Yup, he was telling that tale like the U.S. loves to tell history books. Talking about expansion was all easy. Shit was God. Me and your dad was on the boats. We took over shit, no problem. They knew before us, and they was like, "You capping? I never seen you on a boat. No nothing, bro."
Right. Yeah, cause that ain't how I go down. That's why.
Them kids was eating that nigga up. They gave him the white man side eye and shit like that. They talking like he was like, we made friends with the natives, and I was like, oh, did you? With the local lands? Because I'm looking around, I'm like, all y'all niggas is white. What you mean y'all made friends with the local natives? Where did the local natives go?
Exactly. I'm like, yo, you spinning this narrative hard. I'm like, ooh,
The kids was not believing none of that shit. They was like, bro, I ain't never seen you tough in my life.
Yeah, there's like, nah, you cap it, nah, get out of here.
So it's that whole story of how he got the headdress because they was nice and stuff like that. I could just imagine the real backstory in my head was, yo, y'all slaughtered them and stole their headdresses and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all a bunch of savages for sure, low key. Yeah, whether y'all peaceful white people or not, I know white people.
Nah, y'all doing the most. I'm like, yeah, okay.
So we shift over to Thor's returning home, and Helga's there to greet him and see him and stuff like that. Thorfinn appreciation for the man prompts the invite. So other kids is poking holes in his story and violates Leif. He talking about strategy and stuff, but he was like, yo, Thorfinn believe me though. He agreed with me. You gonna come with me, right? Thorfinn took a mean step back and clowned the shit out of him. I was like, damn, son, you ain't got a leg to stand on here, bro.
No. And then here come Thor. It's like, nah, this is enough for tonight.
Facts. It was like, all right, yo. He said, oh yeah, I got to go back home.
He's like, you ain't got embarrassed enough tonight. I'm save you real quick.
Facts. So the adults, so all the kids get sent back and everybody chilling. The adults speak on they was talking about how real it's about to get in Greenland because the cold front is coming in and it's starting to freeze people to death.
Yeah.
Like
ice and wind and stuff ain't no joke.
Facts. It was always funny to me because when you hear of the place of Greenland and Iceland, the shit is always funny to me because they have that land in reverse. Like Greenland is always icy cold, and Iceland is full of the Greenland.
Yeah, like
I don't lie. Someone fucked up. Someone put in the names for each land, and they just decided never to change it just to troll people. I swear.
And I'm like, woof.
They stay fucking with people. Like people go to Greenland thinking they gonna get nice area, and they should have went to Iceland. Like that's a common joke.
I'd be big mad. Like,
facts.
I go to Greenland. This brick. I'm like,
facts. Like what the fuck, man? You just gonna leave me out here? Like take me to Iceland then. Fuck.
Looking at the plane out the window. Like, wow,
what's going on? I don't see no green. I don't see no money out here, bro. Y'all ain't get no money.
I'm like, oh, this bullshit. Take me back.
Facts. So it's just so we saying it's Ilba, right?
Right.
The sister.
No, that's not Helga.
No, Ilba.
Okay. Yeah.
So the sister brings
Tootie guns here.
Yeah, exactly. So the sister, sometimes the mother and the daughter look way too close alike. So I be lost until I see like a little crow's feet lines or some shit like that because they look way too alike.
It gets funny.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that down the line too. But the sister, so she brings in all the animals because the cold front is hitting and they don't want none of their supplies to die and shit like that. Thorfinn dreams of adventure, but he's sleeping with his sister because they got to share the same bed. And then he looks out to see that the adults are having a conversation, but his sister wasn't with shit. She was trying to sleep, so she just pulled that nigga back down. She was like, "It's time to sleep, nigga."
Yeah, so he thought he was getting attacked by a dragon knight, and then he woke up and it was his
facts.
We had him with a chokehold. He woke up.
That's siblings right there.
Oh man, that was too funny.
Facts. So Elba, she complains about work, and then she said about the most privileged whitest shit I've ever heard in a while. She was complaining about working on the fields. She was like, you know what? How about we get a slave instead? I was like,
we gonna get to that.
Oh, okay. She slipped, and then she slips and falls into the snow, and then ironically she dig into the snow, and voila, there's a slave. So there was a slave that tried to walk through the middle of the night and got covered under the snow and just slept in there. And now because Elba slipped and fell and felt something in the snow, she digged down. She found a whole ass nigga in there, chains and all.
Right. Look, so we gonna talk about the people of color. Now they talking about all that bullshit they was talking that he was talking earlier. Here we go. Bullshit.
Yep. Starting already on this.
So I'm like, oh no. This what we doing?
Yep. So she found that, and then they shifted straight into Thorfinn hanging out with Leif.
Yeah, he ain't stay on that long.
Oh, they gonna come back to it. Thorfinn hangs with Leif, and they talk about being. He talks about his time being stuck at sea and what he had to do to shift around. Thorfinn trying to beg him off to like, all right, if you ever traveling back, you got to take me with you though. And he like, I don't know about that, young dog. And then and then we shift back into Thor, and we see the rest of them. They brought Thor was nice enough to bring the slave inside, and they was nursing him. And bro, when the ideals start to clash, the father was trying to nurse him back to health and shit like that. The sister and the mother was like, shit, how about to look when we take in this slave though? I was like, oh, we doing this, huh?
Right, son. You should have saw my expression when I seen this scene. I was like, oh, this we really doing this, huh?
Yep, 100%. They was like, this is a whole ideals class. The father was chilling. He was trying to nurse homie back to health. He wasn't trying to get no working or nothing on homie. And they was like, nah, bro, we can't have this slave in here. Throw him out back where he need to be. Like, he belonged to somebody. He got the chains on him. So, like, send his ass packing. Like, why we nursing him back? He just a slave. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I definitely felt the waves.
Okay.
I'm like,
okay, shit. So they was having a whole ideals clash on that. We go back to Leif and Thor and Thorfinn. Leif talks about his time in Norway and the first king and war. Thorfinn didn't like the story because it made his family look like a bunch of cowards because he was talking about how they escaped the tyrannical rule of the king and stuff like that to be alongside like where they're at right now in their homeland and stuff like that. Why they have so much peace and shit that's going on. And Thorfinn wanted to be part of the city of violence apparently, because he was like, nah, my father not weak. He ain't run from nothing. Fuck out of here. We a bunch of army guys. Like we out here causing a ruckus.
He ain't run. He walked.
or if you knew the damage your father caused, like he ain't got to run nowhere.
That's
like if they tried to held him down, he was definitely holding his own.
They ain't want that smoke.
Nah, not with this guy. Not with this guy. So Thorfinn runs back to his family after feeling like he disrespected, and he popped open the door, and the moment he tried to talk to his dad, he saw them all nursing the slave back to health, and mighty white of him, he looked extra shook. He said, why is this slave in my house?
And Elgin was like, Thorfinn is looking like what's going on, and Elgin was like somebody's slave dad trying to save. The way she said it so nonchalantly, you know what?
You sons of alright. And then to say like throughout this whole time, we ain't get no name. We just know this guy is the slave. So the slave wakes and talks where he came from under royalty, but begs for safety because he's so tired of being a slave. I mean, of course.
If it wasn't for Thor's, this family would be getting the same treatment as that family from get you going hot.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. They're mighty white. 100% white. 300% white. We should have knew that left shit was coming. The second Leif Erikson was giving that story about the natives and shit like that. The second that was the first eyebrow raised. Now they finding slaves in snow and talk about throw them back out in the wilderness and shit like that. Like, homie had no clothes. All he had was chains on him. Like, of course he caught hypothermia. Like, right? Hello, y'all was even talking about how y'all brought what was fucked up to prove that it was extra fucked up. Ilba took in the animals inside.
The animals, son.
They was ready to toss this man back out. Thor's looked at his family like, oh, y'all wildin'. That's why Thor's was a different color from everybody else. You see how the kids and Helga all look extremely white. Thor's had a little color in him.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, God only knew that honestly, if Thor's got a DNA test, he would have wondered who these kids is, because they look like they only their only allegiance are connected completely with Helga, because they barely look like they ain't anything from the father other than the name.
Yeah, like who kids is these?
That ass.
Where's Mari? We need a DNA test.
They ain't got a hint of color in them. Like, bro, I am at least a little darker shade. How come they don't even look in between? They look completely like you, girl. They even got your hair. They don't got none of. They don't even got the brown. They don't got the black hair. Like, come on, bro. Not even a hint.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna shoot.
She made clones of herself at this point. Shit. So yeah, the slave was he was a slave under royalty, so he was getting the extra heavy work treatment and everything like that. Like, nothing about that shit was ever good. The shit was a whole problem. And then in the midst of him telling his story, problem came to shore because the folk of the town, big police energy, a big sheriff, Southern County energy, because problem came and the folks came ashore and they came looking for a confrontation, because the Lord showed up and he was looking for his slave. That they looked for this one slave that wandered off. They took a ship to this entire area. They was here to collect a slave. I was like, man, shit. They was like, it's in the principle. My son escaped, so I want him back. I was like, oh nah, hell nah.
All right, here's where we get our intro to Half Dan.
Shit. They show off the chains and go looking.
Yeah, but you don't forget that one scene where they started, where one of his crewmates started that fight and he ripped his face.
He wrapped that chain. The animation on that shit was mad slick. I never seen anybody use chain like rope. That shit slapped around him like a Spider-Man web, and he pulled that shit back and it ripped skin and meat and everything was flying off the ball. I was like, yo, that wow.
I was like, that shit. That's wild. This first he took his sword, then he took his face. I'm like, ooh.
Facts. He was like, this is. He was like, I ain't asked for all this ruckus, so you gonna calm down off that shit.
But even he ain't want no smoke with Thor's.
Oh no, facts. So he was giving his whole spiel and his ideals about the slaves and shit like that, which was, wild as hell. Man was at peace in the. So he was giving his ideals about slaves and how they should be under the fist of the command and all that other bullshit. And then we're back to the slave who Thor's was helping him because he knew he didn't have long to be in this world, so he's kind of leading him off to like the promised land and having him seek peace and stuff like that. And he was seeing the crossroads and his whole, like, he was losing sight basically, and all that he could see was kind of the promised land where he got to spend his time with his family. And then he was just like simply just like at peace. He don't even remember what his family was like because they was all sold away at a young age and shit like that. And he was telling just that mean ass struggle history and shit like that. And then Thor speaks to him about Vinland, and that land was pretty much heaven, and he wanted the slave to go towards it in his last mindful peace and stuff like that. And then he looked off and he saw the kind of peaceful land that Thor saw earlier on in the episode, where he could finally be connected with his family and stuff like that. So that was nice. Like, Thor's tried to give him a peaceful send off for the most part.
Yeah, son. He did. Thor's did right by him. I was like, okay.
And then the bullshit started happening. Like, I don't know who ushered him into the house, but the Lord and the people probably the Lord and his people pulled up, and they was like, oh, so I see my slave is here.
Son.
I don't know what the hell it was trying to get out of this. Obviously, Slave Man died of hypothermia, but they still, he was like, it's the principle. I need to drag his body back, or I need him back. I'm gonna pull him back, and I don't know. I guess they was planning to try and resuscitate his ass so they could beat his ass further.
That was the plan until Thor's bought him for 8 sheep.
Yo, that's Ilga was. Yo, when I tell you she was tight, she was big mad. She was like, I worked hard. I raised these motherfuckers. I brought them in from the cold and shit like that. And you just gonna sell them off? Like, she was like, yo, fuck this guy. And, yo, she was like, Dad did this shit for this stupid slave who died off and shit like that. Like, she was giving me big white lady energy.
Oh, for real.
Big mess, man.
Yo, son, the fact that she was mad over these sheep.
Yeah, over this
I'm
one
like,
guy that got tortured all his life. Like, you know what type of time she was on the second she was like, I don't want to do these manual chores. Can we just get a slave?
Yeah, when she said that, I was like,
I'm telling you, son, those were the eyebrow raising moments throughout the episode. I was like, all right, so we on that time, eh?
Right. So.
Like, Thor, the type of person Thor is by not, condoning and going into all of that shit. Like, he's trying to not ruffle with the nobles and shit like that, because he knows that's going to bring problems on his land and shit like that. But at the same time, he don't want anybody in bondage or slavery or none of that bullshit.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, his family got a whole different ideals. They white as hell and they showing it.
Showing it ass.
Yeah. So Thorfinn got interested in the story. He confronted his father about it. And Thor's basically confirmed. He was like, yeah, we runaways. We led to the connections that we have and while we out here and peaceful in the land and stuff like that. But Thor was like, yeah, he ain't lying. We did. Fuck that place.
Exactly.
And in the midst of that, he talks about runaways and escapist shit. We see someone on it flashes over a treasure chest with a sword inside back into the house and shit like that. But we see somebody on their way. And it looked like they own business. So after the Lord and all of that left with their sheep and shit like that, we thought peace was coming back. Nah, there's someone on their way to cause just as much trouble.
Yep, it ain't over. It's just beginning.
Facts. So we get the ending, and bro, tell me, to me, every time this ending plays, it always gives me Celine Dion vibes.
I gotta go re-listen to it. Wow.
Like, it's mad peaceful. The images is different and amazing, showing out stuff. Like, which studio put their foot in when it comes to the detail in the history and shit.
I'm still annoyed at Elga crying over these damn sheep.
Oh, facts. This she for the snow roads. Cause fuck that. We don't got no streets yet. She for the snow roads. At this point, I'm gonna put that as a possible episode title, because she is definitely for the snow roads.
Oh,
we don't got the streets, so they got the snow roads.
Yeah, he said she for the snow roads.
She for the snow roads, bro. Shit, fuck that. But yeah, the ending definitely gives me Celine Dion vibes. Like, she's singing out to the Northern Lights and shit like that. But yeah, so that closes out the episode. So what was your final impressions of the episode?
Yo, listen. Honestly, it was losing me in the beginning, but then it managed to pull me back. And by the time we got to the end of the episode, I was like, okay, I'm here.
I'm gonna definitely say this series is a slow cooker, because it's like at the first it's kind of giving you the background. It's kind of like a history divider. It shows you like the peaceful and the land and shit like that, and then when shit starts to get cooking, shit starts to get crazy. This is up there. This shit get crazy. So I said my final impressions on the first episode. This show puts us in a historical crazy world of the Vikings, which is already different from like usual anime. We not touching into like Tokyo or none of that shit. Like, we straight into a new land, and someone researched they shit, because they studied up on land and everything. We got the ferocity of Thor going through people and the peace of him. Like, we get a duality between how hardcore this nigga is, because he is a monster. He got bodies. This shit is reminding me of Rurouni Kenshin. This is Kenshin Himura. He is Batosai the Manslayer.
That's a good comparison. Okay.
He slaughtered these niggas, and then he decided, he was like, nope, I want peace. Fuck this shit. I leave my deadly weapon behind, and I'm just chilling. So he went off to have a land of peace. He had some kids and shit like that. He settled up. We got the setting of this world with slaves and commanders antennas and connections to the land. Shit is crazy off that. Wit Studios made everything beautiful as hell, and seeing what's coming next would be a driving force to obviously continue, because you like, all right, we already had that dealing with the slave and the nobilities. What the hell? What do these niggas want? Who are these niggas?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yes, in my last minute, like I said, I'm here for Thor's. The rest of his family, not so much.
Oh, facts. They can kick rocks. They part of the snow road. Exactly. They part of the snow road. They said the big blizzard coming in. Y'all can't come inside. Y'all part of the snow road now.
Nah, let's leave them out there with sheep and the rest of the thing.
Facts.
They can slide up the side of the mountain. I'm good.
Oh, big facts. So, switching into episode 2, just entitled Sword. So, we got the opening plays, same vibes, same heat. They go in the same the same space and stuff like that. That shit's fire. Oh, shout outs to anybody. I don't know if anybody gonna sing this. Like, this is a popping ass opening. I don't know if anybody want to do the TV rendition of the opening in karaoke, but if they do, I will hype you up in the background.
For real, yo.
That you gotta put your whole chest in it, especially at the scream at the end with old boys yelling. Oh yes, you gotta put your heart in that shit.
I'm like, yo, listen.
Yo, I'm telling you, son. They've played it at a couple of anime parties and shit like that. Like, I feel that shit with my whole chest every time I hear that opening. That shit fire. So we got
hold on, listen to it again.
All right,
you go ahead now.
Yeah, all right. You know the community listening. That's like, oh, you listening out on what? They trying to catch us slipping up and shit like that.
Y'all not gonna catch me slipping copyright people.
Facts. So they show us. So it starts out with a little history going back on the English traveling through the they did damn dirty. The English pulled up on them Vikings on bath day. They waited until these niggas took the one day out of the week to shower, not be funky, and they pulled up on them. And all you see was my son scrub dub dub. It's springtime.
In the bath water. So stab. Disrespectful.
Nigga said stab. He was like, oh shit. It looked like I've been shamed. I'm butt naked. The English ran up on them niggas. They was like, oh shit, they ain't have time to grab their weapons or nothing. They was like, we got these niggas now. We know what day is bath day. We know y'all niggas like take showers on Sundays. So guess what? We stabbing y'all on Sunday morning.
I'm like, listen, whatever retaliation the English get, they deserve. That was unhonorable. That was dirty.
They had no respect. They ran through it, and on top of that, not only was they disrespectful, stabbing up these dudes during their bath time, they said women and children first. They said they slaughtering everybody. They said the men get done in, but if you see any women and children, slaughter them too. Ain't nobody left.
Like I said, whatever the English did, they gonna get what they got coming. Because
they said we bodying them in the name of the king. Understand that,
son. I was just like, yo, this a fucked up shit.
Facts. So everybody getting slaughtered in the name of the king. They gave us that little history lesson of how they like to attack and command in the most disrespectful way and shit. And then they switch over to in now time period with the young warriors. The young warriors around Thor's land. They all practice fighting, and Thorfinn is one of the young warriors going through it all. They fighting with the wooden weapon and shit. And a couple of kids get trampled in the stampede and shit like that. Thorfinn is one of them kids that lose. He on the ground.
Yep, that's right. Stay on the ground, Thorfinn. You old little annoying man.
Facts. Him and his chubby friend. What was the name of the friend? You got the name of the friend?
I forgot his name.
Yeah, I don't know. Old chubby boy fell on the ground with him, and they talk about Valhalla being the true heaven. Which I mean, I guess in my head that shit clashes. I don't know if it's the same thing under the same name or something like that. But I when he was telling the slaves about the promised land and shit like that, I don't know if Vinland is supposed to be the area for everybody if you're not a warrior, and Valhalla is supposed to be the place that they send you off when you've been a good warrior and you die in battle. So I don't know if that's kind of the difference between that, but they were talking about how Valhalla is the heaven. But I was just thinking back when Thor was talking about Vinland being the true peace in the heaven as well. So I don't know.
His friend, I think his name was Faxi.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, there you go. But yeah, they was talking about the peacefulness of reaching Valhalla and stuff like that.
And then he was wondering about if one of his mother or sister is gonna get up there.
Yeah,
nah, they ain't getting up there. They ain't getting.
Not the way y'all own slaves.
They go to the other place.
Not the way y'all own people. Fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But so we switch over back to Leif Erikson telling future adventures to Norway as he about to sell goods, and he talking about he's selling goods because it's around the pagan holiday around where his Lord and Savior was born. So I was like, all right, I assume this is about to be Christmas.
Yeah.
The way how he described it, it sounded like it's about to be Christmas time. I mean, he's selling items. That sounds like early renditions of a commercialized Christmas to me.
Between the cold weather and
exactly right. So it definitely is Christmas time.
It's only Christmas time.
So we see the warships coming, and Leaf sees that from deep. So he sends the message out to Thorfinn so he could go tell Thor. Thor is in the middle of helping Blacksmith, but it's funny. It's always funny seeing these warriors that are like good at something do something that they're not good at. So he was like hanging with the blacksmiths and he's fucking up all their work. He was like, damn son, I don't even know how to make this fucking sword. I know how to slaughter you motherfuckers, but like real talk, I don't know how to make this sword.
I know how to slaughter this. I know how to use the sword. I just don't know how to make it.
Facts. He was messing up shit. He was like, damn, this is my 7th attempt at building a sword. I can't do it like you guys. Y'all just build me my shit. And I'll stab somebody. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. He's like, why is this so difficult? Like, listen, man, you gotta learn the technique.
Facts. Technique. Technique.
You're gonna be taking my swords for granted.
Facts, man.
You're gonna learn today.
You're not gonna chip my bullshit like that, man. Come on.
So you're gonna learn today, Thor. You're gonna learn today.
So in the middle of Thor's hanging out with the rest of the Thorfinn pull up and he delivered the message. So they go meet off on the Great Warship and you see people pop out. We get our actual full introduction to homie whose name Floki. So this is the Floki that they were talking about from before. They said they're looking for Thor's the troll.
I'm looking for Eric and Ivar.
Yes. So there you go. I mean, they're gonna be on somebody's team somewhere. But so they looking for Thor's the troll. Everybody in the town knows of Thor's, but they was like, who the fuck is Thor's the troll? They was like, we don't know that person. So we understand that Thor's have managed to keep his name very low key in his land. But Thor's pulls up and they bow to Thor's, so his town realized that he a big somebody. He definitely a somebody around here. It's
they don't know about his goonish ways yet.
Facts. And it's Floki who found him after deserting, and he said they are the Yams Viking warriors.
And they're like,
Yeah, they was like, I don't know what the fuck going on. So whatever's going on.
They're like Viking warriors.
So
Viking
Floki,
experience?
Well, it is somebody's experience of Viking, so for sure. So Floki spoke of the English attack and asked for the Vikings to join Denmark in the invasion of England. So history lessons all going around.
It's time for the raid.
Yeah. 100%. It's time for the raid. Thor's not interested, but they pull his rank card. They was like, oh, yo, Floki was some bullshit with this shit. He said, oh, it looked like you had a nice town. Shit peaceful. We'll be sad if something happened to it.
I hope to see. Right? He was like, I would hate to see anything bad happen to it.
He said, I would hate to see a raid go down before the raid.
And I'm like, oh.
You know who these men's are. And I like how they did the side by side with the kids being excited to see Vikings around. And we got that one kid that ran into that Viking that looked like he had a bad day. My son turned around with the illest stink eye. He was like, listen, if I get one call to slaughter y'all, I'm starting with you.
Oh, shit.
That nigga looked at him straight in the face and he said, listen, you bumped into me. That was a New York moment. He bumped into him and he was ready to kill him. He was like, shit, I don't even know if I can wait for the command. I'm going to slaughter you right now, kid. I don't like you.
He's like, I dead don't like you.
Shit, they discussed and speaked on this. And Loki said, well, if you don't come with us, we just going to kill your people. Like, real talk. So I see it as this. We don't take kindly to deserters. So you come back or we're just going to lay waste. And I mean, you strong and all. And you could probably catch a bunch of us. But what you got to lose around here is a whole bunch. And we're going to catch a bunch of bodies. Yeah, we're going to catch. You fast. But you not like 20 niggas attacking your land fast. You can stop us. But you're going to lose family.
Some of us we going to get through.
Like, listen, we already in your house. You can kill your wife, your daughter, and your son right now. Before you even catch me. So, hey. Do what you got to. So yeah, they discuss and speak on changes. Floki threatens war. He dragged out into this. So Thor's is like, shit, I got to do this for my peoples. So he got to go. While kids are excited, they like super excited to finally be one with the people, ready for battle. We got like the teenagers who are like of age, they ready to battle and shit like that. And like I said before, that kid runs into that Viking that had the death stare on him. That he's like, yo, I don't got nothing to lose. Real talk. If they give the command or not give the command, I'm about to slaughter you right now, bro.
Yo, son.
So the warriors mount up and stay around, ready to act on command.
Talking about to war. I'm like,
facts. Yep. Leaf talks about the game Vikings being the mightiest force of the North. So these niggas is somebody. So if these somebodies was looking for Thors, not only is these the mightiest forces of the North, your father is probably the mightiest nigga walking in the North.
Mm-hmm.
So they withdrawn back to their ship, and they was like, yo, we better see you on the battlefield, or else, shit, it's either we see you on the battlefield, or we gonna be back, and the battlefield gonna be over here, bro. Real talk.
Exactly.
So Floki speaks the truth on the folk, and Thor is planning to go. They leave and set up for him to come later. Pretty much everyone celebrates except for Thor's because he is so down. Like everybody ready for battle and shit like that. Everybody cheering. And if you look at Thor's face, his face is like so down. He looking down on the ground and stuff like that. Shout outs to the captain, Kenyon, passing by. You know, we see
what
you
up, Captain?
Yeah, Captain. Woo woo. Woo. What's up? Hey, you want to say something to the peoples? Nah, she running. She running. Don't worry.
Don't let me get started again.
Oh, don't worry, yo. Her episode is coming up. She know. But yeah, they leave. Thor's and Leaf talk about his past and his shift, and he feels bad dragging these folk into it. Because if you look at Thor's face when everybody was celebrating, he had the biggest down expression. I love how they animated it, where you could see everybody's joyous face. But if you look at Thor's, you can't even see any expression. All you see is his face looks so low that it could like hit the ground.
Listen, Thor's like, listen, I told you, I ain't about this life.
Thor's is so different from his people. He brought peace to this land, and like they so ungrateful. They so ungrateful. They want slaves. They want violence. They want all this shit. Thor's is like, bro, I'm just trying to find peace. I'm just trying to be a nice guy. I'm trying to repent for my sins and shit like that. And all y'all people want to do is bring action and violence on shit like that. Y'all don't know what it's like on the battlefield. Y'all don't know what it's like to take a life, bro.
Thor's is just like, I'm trying to chill. That I am.
Facts. And y'all trying to cause a ruckus. Like, come on, man. Come on.
But for real. Thor's like, I'm not about this bullshit.
Shit.
Like, I'm trying to chill. I'm trying to relax, and y'all over here trying to bring the war.
Shit.
Like, what's wrong with y'all?
I know. Hey, yo, Captain. You got a alright, wait, hold on. Before you go something, you got a message here. What message you got for the Captain, Maurice?
Ooh, we giving out that message already?
Yeah, she right in front of me.
Oh man. You know, I'm gonna be nice tonight.
Oh, alright. He said he's nice tonight.
I'll be nice tonight.
Oh, you heard that?
Wait, what? Oh,
you heard that? You heard this shit coming? She said better be.
Wow.
Oh, you hear that?
Wow. We talking spicy.
Oh, we talking spicy before we get the collab episode popping.
We talking spicy. Ooh, okay.
Oh, alright.
Right, we talking spicy like we know Galleria not number 4 in the list. We not okay.
Alright. She on that fluky time, throwing that shade.
Right? I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow.
Oh, she said she's at peace. Oh, she's trying to be Thor's now.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow. But we're not gonna get into no spicy.
Oh, we're gonna save that for the good time. We save that for the good time.
We gonna save that.
Shit. So back to the land. We got Thor's heading in full responsibility with the shit going on, and so Thorfinn is excited to get into the dealings.
Yeah, Thorfinn is acting like a whole little something.
Oh, he a little bitch. He a little bitch. They on playtime. They got rules set up and everything, and he cheating. He hitting niggas and not taking accountability and shit like that. He injuring his friends and shit like that. He a little bitch.
Yeah, he out here busting people up. I'm like, yo.
Like, come on, son.
Like, what is you doing?
Like, all they said was you lost. You need to follow the rules like everybody else. And he got up and he hit niggas and shit like that. I'm like, yo, bro, you a little bitch for that.
Yeah, he is. He out here busting up people. Think he a big man. Think he big man.
Yeah, right? You think he big mom. Shit. So he wildin', and then like Thor's got to be called to deal with his son's friggin' ridiculousness, and then
Thor's. He already like what
it's the dark skin in him that told him that he gonna administer some spanking soon.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. He was like, he doing what? Nah. Bring me his ass, yo. I give him a spanking for that for sure. Don't worry about it. I keep him handled.
Nah, kid, I should have jumped his ass.
Shit. Nah, it was the dichotomy between the two fathers, because he was talking to a father. He was like, I don't got no problem with the way how Thorfinn is a little warrior like his dad. Like, it's all Gucci. They just playing around, but they just kids. I mean, you get injured sometimes. But Thor's was feeling bad about it. He was like, yo, I bring peace to this land, and my son just fucking shit up. Like, come on, man.
Exactly. He's like, listen, that's ain't what I'm teaching this boy.
Shit. So we go to the young lads dressing up, getting ready for war, and then they battle and shit like that. And Thorfinn getting fed up with being a kid. He looks for a whipping to join into the battle. So he goes into he wants to join Pops on the ship, and he goes into a discussion with his sister all the way until he finds the chest, and he checks inside and grabs that sword that's perfectly to his size.
Mm-hmm.
And when he grabbed that sword, his father pulled up post haste, and he grabbed the sharp end of the sword with his hand, and he started getting the blood flowing. He's like, yo, bro, what you finna do with that sword? This sword is made to take lives. What you finna do with this sword, bro?
Who your enemies? Who you trying to take?
Exactly. Like, who you woke up and chose violence again? Who's your enemy? Who you hate so much that you trying to kill him?
Right? It's like, you ain't got no enemies, son.
Shit, I got enemies.
Yeah, you ain't about that life.
You don't know nothing about this life, bro.
I want you to know nothing about this life.
Facts. It's like, the comparison I would use on this is like some dude who been in gang territory for the longest time and had enough money to like take his family out the hood and shit like that, and his son wants to be part of the gang activities and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Oh shit! I know who this nigga is. This nigga ain't this nigga Tyreek? Yo, this is power.
Oh no!
This is power. Thor's is ghost.
Thor's is ghost.
Thor's is ghost.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Damn son. It's always part of the community.
Wow.
When you think you out of the gang and then they pull you back in because you gang for life.
Wow.
See, he tried to bring peace and money to his family and stuff. Tried to give peace and bring honor and everything back to the family, and his family want to be gang.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. See, I hit the anomaly. Yeah, but definitely he grabbed the sword, his blood running, opens his eyes to some enemies.
I think about, you know who he reminded me of?
What?
He reminded me of Caesar from On My Block.
Yup.
And Thor's is spooky.
Yup, for sure. I'm telling you, it's the story. I don't know if white people think they special with this shit, but it's the story that plagues affiliations all the time. You got gang, and then you got the person who tried to help they younger sibling or younger peoples out of the gang, give them a good life, give them an easy life and shit like that, and now they want to be gang. Like, come on, bro.
Right.
Like, what part of my story makes you want to go gang, bro? I brought peace. You should be a good boy.
Like, go play kickball or something.
Why you trying to be in these snow streets, bro? Come on, bro.
Right.
Come on. Shit. So he tries to open his eyes about the enemies and shit like that. Thorfinn runs off like a little bitch and doesn't listen to his father at all. Helga comes in to clean up his injuries, and Thor's just tired of this shit. So he ready to go on his way, and he packing up to make the travel and shit like that.
Thor's is over it.
Thor's is big over it. So we shift over to the land with the Vikings. These are the Yams Vikings all messing about. They on chill time, but it looked like they abducted a priest or something, and they played the most fucked up game of axe throwing I've ever seen. They throw the axes at the priest, and they trying to look for extra points and shit like that. And they throw axes around them, and he tries. And you hear in the background, because we see a conversation between Floki and somebody by the name of Askeladd, and they're discussing some shady dealings, because Askeladd and Floki is discussing the betrayal of Thor's. So Thor's don't know whatever he about to walk into is about to be a full-on trap. He was like, now you can get whatever land you want, just make sure my man Thor's is dead.
They really setting that man up.
They was like, we don't sully deserters here. We gonna take care of this nigga. They found him, and they was like, yeah, we big capping. We trying to take over. Nah, bro. We trying to get you ambushed. Fuck out of here. We gonna take out this man because he deserted us. He dipped on us. We gotta handle this shit.
Like, we ain't forget.
Yeah, nigga said the Lord never forgets, and that kind of ends out the episode right there. Like that, it was the big reveal that they about to set my son up. So my son about to go straight into a trap. So damn. So we got the ending theme, same vibes, same Celine Dion shit. But man, that cliffhanger, that shit. So what's your final impressions of episode 2?
Like, damn, they about to catch the door.
Yeah.
Getting like spooky. I'm like, oh shit.
Facts, man. It's always the inner gang that catch you slipping. It's never really the outside gang. You be handling the whole world. You be the best on the block. It's only the niggas from the inner circle that really be stab you in the back. Truly.
Yep. They about to Julius Caesar's ass. Oof.
Oh, big facts. Big facts. So my final impression so far is we enter that calm before the storm, causing the peace and interruptions. We got Thor about to be pulled into what seems like definitely a trap. This is definitely enough to pull into the next episode for sure. This is a slow cooking vibe, but if you see anything by the opening, this shit about to ramp up on somebody's innocence and shit like that. Like shit about to get mad messy. Gang about to be real gang up in somebody's psyche.
Oh yeah, it's definitely about to get wild. I can definitely see that. I'm like, ooh yeah.
So definitely recommend going forward with this shit. I mean, like it's a slow cooking the first couple episodes, but man, this shit got heart, and this shit will drag you into shit. And big respects on Wit Studios. It's gonna be another struggle it's gonna be another situation with Mappa. I know Mappa can work really well on it. They showed that they transitioned between Wit Studios and Mappa with the whole Attack on Titan thing. So I could feel the same situation about to come out. Animation gonna look different, but I feel like Mappa could be up to it if they bring their A people behind. Like once Attack on Titan is over, once they bring their A people back into the fold.
In 2025?
Yes. Once they bring they people back into the fold, they're working back on Vinland Saga season 2. It should look just as beautiful, but like this one was a definite stretch on Wit Studio showing they hand in this shit, because this shit was beautiful.
Vinland Saga, the final chapter.
Oh my god! I mean, the thing about the thing about the Vinland Saga is like they currently ongoing, unlike Attack on Titan, so they reached their end peak. Like when Vinland Saga hit their season 2, they transitioned into different animation and shit like that. So they got places to go. I heard the season 1 was amazing and they won awards and shit like that. But I heard from this show was always recommended to me by Kimari. Like he this was one of those that he told me beforehand. Before this got an anime. So when I told him about it, he got dumb hype. So he always told me about this next season that we're about to get, which I heard is entitled the Slave season, the Slave arc. When you name something the Slave arc, I already know shit about to get messy.
Oh boy.
We already started this first episode on something. Slave arc already sound bug wild.
It does. Oh boy.
So I'm already looking forward to season 2. But those who haven't seen season 1, it'll take you on a journey.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm definitely on board with continuing this.
Facts, man. I definitely recommend the ups and downs of this. You get a huge big story out of like this first season. It doesn't feel like really like the way how the first season works out. Once the first season is over, it doesn't even feel like really is a need for a second season. So that's how I like how like going into second season. I feel like season 2 is going to be a whole big movie in of itself, because season 1 was definitely a movie travel itself too.
Yeah, man. Because this, whoo.
I know it was something.
Like I said, I wasn't expecting too much going in, but I'm like, okay.
But it was definitely something.
Started cooking.
Yeah, cooking for sure. So, closing.
Push your dolphin off the boat.
Just you fucking wait, bro. But alright, so that closes the book on Vinland Saga. Alright, so we about to talk preview. So for the next review episode, we're gonna be back on the comfy couch, and co-host, what's you the expert on this? So we about to step into TMNT's territory. So we gonna roll the dice on it. So which series do you wanna take on?
Like I said, the 90s one holds place near and dear to my heart. I've never watched the 2003 version, so I guess we will go with the 2003 version.
All right, the famous 2003, the ones that everybody talks about, the one that says this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Batman animated series. This is the one that had all the gems, all the shit. People have been memeing the Yo Mama scene for a while. Shit's been good, and it's a it's a good time for me to hit back into it, because around that generation for me, TMNT really never hit. So I never really watched the 2003 version like that. So it's my time to take on a classic for the first time in detail. So I'm down with it. I'm down with it for sure. And I mean, I think since we're under TMNT rules, I think it's only great for co-hosts to be hosting. I think you should host the next episode.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're gonna be playing to your rules next week. It's the man with the plan rules next week.
All right. So you let me run the asylum. Oh boy.
Yep. Game time with that one.
All
right. So everybody out here, we got an email set up, blerdbynature@gmail.com, Facebook and Instagram at Blerd By Nature, Twitter at Blerd By Nature, nature spelled Nature, and co-host hit us with the YouTube.
You can find us on YouTube by searching for Blerd By Nature Podcast.
Yeah, we got that Twitch cooking up still. We got the games putting all together. Guest and vote episodes still working. We got the pull. We got the collabs coming. We talking to people here and there, and people will be contacted about their episode coming up soon. Eventually, we're gonna be working everything out. So it's just the two of us working, and I give all the respect always to. Yep, I always give the respect to the man with the plan. He always editing the stuff. So y'all get that good content. It's dropping eventually. We gonna get the next episode out to y'all. Y'all gonna be seeing it soon out there in y'all feed. Y'all gonna get blessed up. We about to be 20 episodes out in upload space. So we about to hit the big 20 mark out in upload land and shit like that. So that's great.
They'll get 20 this week that we're recording. So probably this weekend.
So y'all gonna get the goodness. So everything good. So you got any last notes before I hit the outro?
No, I'm good, Captain. I see you.
Oh shit! that episode gonna be a doozy. We gonna.
I see you, Captain.
Yeah, we gonna be working on that shit. And on that note, thanks for joining us today from Black Thoughts and Nerd Power. This is Nicholas, Mr. Go with the Flow,
and this is the man with the plan, Maurice.
Yeah, gonna be hosting next week. Big host. And this was another edition of the Blerd By Nature Podcast.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Until next time. Peace.